Good morning, student. My name is Miss Manisha Borkar, Department of Fishery Science, NES Science College, Nanded. Now, today's we are going to start here the theory paper second. The name of paper is Type Study of wallgo attu. It is commonly called as freshwater shark. In previous lecture, we are seen the female reproductive system and the male reproductive system. Today we will see here the unit number 4. The topic is spawning habits and structure of eggs. Okay, firstly we will see here what is the spawning habits, then after that we will see the structure of eggs. Firstly, seen here what is mean by the spawning habits. In wallgo, which will breeds in fresh waters of Europe and Asia during different parts of the year. Okay, we will knows that the we will call that the wallgo attu is a freshwater shark. Okay, which is present in that the freshwater of the Europe and the Asia during the different parts of the year. Okay, in India, its spawning period range from July to September in a different areas of the country. Okay, in that our India, the spawning period of the wallgo attu, which is July to the September, means that starting up to the July to the September, means that the July, August and the September in a different areas of the country. The fish is an annual breeder and has a short spawning period. This fish is a annual breeder, means that which will breeds annually, mean that the 1 year, up to that 1 year they will again breeds up to 1 year, means that they are having a short spawning period. The fish selects shallow waters ranging in a depth from a few inches to 2 or 3 feet by the side of the main streams. Okay, the water streams having the shallow water for the depth of the 2 to 3 feet. It has to be, of course, a running stream with perennial supply of the water from the shallow stream areas. Okay, in that the running stream or the running water, they will choice to the perennial supply of the water. 2 or more males which will run after a single female and all appear playing in water which they splash with their fins. Okay, the 2 or the more males which will run to that the one or the single female which playing in that the water, they will in that we will knows that the this wallgo attu having the fertilization which is takes place in the external type. Okay, means that these males having the deposition of that the ovaries in that the water, and the males which deposit their sperm on over the eggs or near the eggs, and then after that the fertilization is takes place by the external types. Here this male will be attract to the female fish due to the flash on their fins. Ultimately, one male and one female are left in the stream and they will be copulate, means that the fertilization will be takes place in a one male or the one female. The eggs are discharged by the female while male discharges spermatic fluid over the eggs and fertilization takes place within the water. The temperature at which the spawning takes place ranges from the 80 Fahrenheit to the 88 Fahrenheit, and which will normally about 80% of the eggs are fertilized here. Okay, the temperature which is suitable for that the spawning takes place, that is the 80 to the 88 Fahrenheit, means that the and in that spawning habit or the in that temperature ranges, the normally 80% eggs will be fertilized here. Now seen here that the structure of eggs. Okay, the structure of the eggs. The egg of wallgo, which will differs from the egg of the carps. Okay, in other fishes or the other Indian as well as the exotic carp, here's the difference or the difference of that the egg structure. These eggs, it is oval or rounded and is covered by two membranes. Okay, this will be covered. First one is an inner, which is thin and transparent membrane, we will call as a vitelline membrane. Then second one is an outer, which will be thick membrane, is called as a zona radiata. A fertilized egg may be 1.2 to 1.5 mm in a diameter. The fertilized egg will be in that diameter. The yolk sac is circular band, deep yellow in color, and the germinal disc forms a small cap-like whitish mass on the top of the yolk sac. The egg is without an oil globule and sinks to the bottom. Okay, these eggs having a without oil or the globules. No protoplasm is seen in a yolk sac. Okay, in that yolk sac there is a protoplasm is totally absent. In a transfer section of the eggs, but small scatter granules are seen in the disc. Okay, up to the dissection or the transfer section of the eggs, there will be the scattered granules are present here. Now this is the structure of egg. This is the structure of that the eggs. In that middle there is a yolk is present here, that is a yolk sac. This having the germinal disc. In that there is a presence of one dot like structure, this called as the nucleus or the in that the germinal disc. Okay, the internal membrane is a very thin or the transparent, we will call as a vitelline membrane, and as comparing to that the vitelline membrane, the outer membrane is a zona radiata, which is a thick in nature. This is the diagram of that the structure of eggs. Now normal healthy eggs do not stick to either each other or to any foreign body. The fertilized egg, which will swells in water, which nearly double its size due to absorption of the water within the first 15 minutes after fertilization. Okay, up to the after the fertilization of that the eggs which will swells in water and their size will be doubled to the because of that the absorption of that the water. The water thus absorbed separates the membranes from the egg, which will proper and fills the two spaces. The pre-vitelline space between the egg and the vitelline membrane becomes larger. The water thus absorbed serves the dual purpose of equation for the protection and also for the respiration of the embryo. Okay, this having or these will be helps to the protection and the respiration process of that the embryo. After the formation of the embryo, the cleavage starts immediately. Okay, then up to the formation of that the embryo in that the eggs, there will be the cleavages are start form. We will seen in that the your 12th that the cleavage of that the or the formation of that the embryo, there will be the various stages will be formed: gastrula, blastula, then the up to that the embryo will be developed. Here we will see here that the structure of the eggs and the spawning habits. Okay, in next lecture we will see that the next topic.